It's a peculiar thing, isn't it? Food has the ability to transport you into the most nostalgic and glorious memory just by taking a bite. Now this especially goes for street food, you know, packed streets, delicious food smells all around. Oh, there's some barbecued meat. Oh, some fried crickets. Maybe you're a little buzzed from that 5th beer you had, you little rascal. But then, just as soon as it began, the vacation's over, you're home, living it up, doing what you're doing. And that's fine too, but sometimes you want to get back into that vacation mindset. So let me help you bring the street directly into your home. And no, I don't mean adopting a crackhead that you have to take care of. Now, in preparation for this, I've been watching some YouTube videos about how to make gyoza. Not that I don't know how to make it, just I wanted to see what they are doing. And I see that most of the US-based YouTubers that are cooking a little bit of Asian food usually make their own wrappers with wheat flour, which is just totally wrong because they are supposed to be made with rice flour. And also, why not just buy them at your Asian grocery store? Now, first things first, let's make the meat filling the most important part of any gyoza. You have to really finely mince some Chinese cabbage, throw it in a bowl, and then crack over some salt because that's going to extract all the moisture from it. After letting it sit for a while, go ahead and give it a nice squeeze. You can see all the water coming out. You don't want that in your dumpling, goddammit. After squeezing out all the excess water, throw it in another bowl, and then throw in your pork. Now this ground pork should have relatively high fat content in it, simply because you want a juicy bite every time you pop a gyoza in your gullet. In goes soy sauce, some sesame oil, a little bit of cooking sake, and then the secret to a real authentic street food style gyoza, you need chuka aji. This is a spice that's used by a lot of Chinese restaurants here in Japan, and maybe 90% of the gyoza places that you see on the street pops this stuff in their meat mixture as well. And to get that chuka aji, you can pick it up at your Asian grocery store when you picked up your gyoza wrappers. Also, while you're there, pick up the soy sauce and the cooking sake as well, because you probably don't have that. Usually for a gyoza, people just mince garlic and ginger into tiny little pieces and then chuck it in there. I kind of want to infuse the flavor, so I chose to grate a shitload of ginger and a shitload of garlic into it. Now, because we're going to stir it around and let it marinate for a bit, that grated ginger and garlic will really give it kind of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Garlicky taste? Yeah, let's go with that. Pop that baby in the fridge and let it sit there for a while to kind of soak up all the flavors. Then comes the wrapping, the part everyone hates and probably the reason that no one ever makes this at home ever. You dip your finger in some water, rub it gently around the edges of the gyoza wrapper, then you put in your meat mixture. Don't be greedy with the filling, a little goes a long way. And we're going to use the good old fold and pinch technique here. After you've done the pinch and fold maneuver that I showed you, just seal it. Just push hard on the top so it's completely sealed, so it won't open while you cook it. After you've wrapped up all your gyozas, put them on a plate on which you sprinkled some cornstarch or potato starch. Now I prefer potato starch because, well, you'll see later. Dump in a little bit of neutral cooking oil with a high smoke point because we're going to crank it up a bit. Put your flame on medium-high, then place the gyozas either in a row, like this, or a little bit cooler, in kind of a circle with some gyozas in the middle. Give them a nice sear on the bottom, sprinkle over a little bit of that potato starch, and then dump in some water. Now the thing here is that they need to steam first, and then make a crispy bottom after all the water has steamed off. And since you used potato starch, the potato starch will kind of capture the flavor and crisp up, so it's kind of like Asian style potato chips on the bottom of your delicious dumplings, which is nice. Go ahead and steam the gyozas for about 8 to 10 minutes, but after 5 or 6 minutes, pop off the lid and drizzle over some sesame oil. Now the sesame oil will infuse with the potato starchy water and give those crispy bits really delicious flavor. This is how you do it. This is authentic gyoza. They shouldn't be individual dumplings just scattered around. They should be held together by that crispy potato starchy and sesame oily little mixture that we made. Super crispy on the bottom, nice and steamed and soft on the top. Ooh, and that first juicy bite exploding into your mouth with the force of 1,000,000 garlic pieces. Oh yeah! But no gyoza is gyoza without the gyoza sauce, which is really simple. You just mix equal parts soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, and dump in a little bit of Ryu chili oil. Now that sauce will give you kind of a little acidic kick to the extreme savoriness of the gyoza dumplings. And look at that! Authentic gyoza is super simple. You don't need to fly 15 hours to get to Japan to eat some gyozas on the street there. You can just make it at home. Try this out if you've tried gyoza on the streets of Japan before. And if it doesn't taste like the authentic street food style gyozas, call me out on it. I dare ya! So that's it. See how simple it is to bring the streets into your home without having to adopt a crackhead. I'll catch you guys next time. Look at that crispy crust, boy!